The week of April 7th return of Rex Brady, but his reappearance in Salem is far from a casual visit. Instead, it's wrapped in tragedy, maternal fear, and a secret plan that may leave the DiMera family shattered forever. The death that rocks Salem. EJ DiMera's final moments. The week opens with a shocking and tragic development. EJ DiMera is found dead in his hospital bed. After barely surviving a brutal hit-and-run accident, EJ had been in a coma, fighting for his life. While hospital staff remained cautiously optimistic about his recovery, his enemies saw an opportunity. In the dead of night, a figure slipped through the hospital corridors. Disguised but determined, the figure? Kate Roberts. For days, Kate had been spiraling, consumed by rage and fear. She was convinced EJ was behind the hit-and-run that nearly took her son Rex's life. Her maternal instincts, long known for their fierce intensity, had now turned into something darker. The moment she heard her son's voice on the phone, alive but shaken, she made a decision she could never take back. With EJ lying helpless in a medically induced coma, Kate quietly entered his hospital room. She stood over his body, staring down at the man she believed was responsible for trying to murder her son. In that moment, years of betrayal, trauma, and unspeakable pain surged through her. She whispered something only EJ could hear, or perhaps not, given his state, and then she acted. Whether she removed the breathing tube that sustained his life, or suffocated him with a pillow pressed to his face, one thing is certain. EJ DiMera took his last breath in that room. His death will not be ruled natural. Salem PD will quickly launch an investigation, and whispers of murder will sweep through University Hospital like wildfire. Rex Brady returns home, but not alone as news of EJ's shocking death breaks. Rex Brady returns to Salem from Chicago. A skilled doctor with a complex past, Rex hasn't been home in some time. But recent events, specifically the attempted hit-and-run, shook him to his core, prompting him to return and reassure his mother. But when Rex steps off the bus and walks into the Brady pub, it's not just a warm family reunion waiting for him. He arrives with a baby carrier in tow, a surprising twist that will have everyone asking questions. Who is the baby? And more importantly, why now? Kate is relieved to see her son safe and alive, but she is rattled by more than the accident. She knows exactly what she did to ensure EJ couldn't ever hurt Rex again. And her son's sudden appearance only reinforces her belief that her actions were justified, if not noble. As she embraces him, her eyes flicker with a secret she'll never be able to say aloud. But secrets don't stay buried in Salem. A mother's confession and a son's doubts. Rex quickly senses that something is off. His mother is loving, yes, but unusually intense. There's a fire in her eyes and a hint of fear she can't mask. During a private moment at the Brady pub, Rex finds himself asking questions. Could this really have been an accident? Or was someone targeting him? When Rex speaks with his father, Roman Brady, he unloads his growing fears. Roman, ever the stoic presence, tries to calm his son's mind. But when Roman hears that Kate had been acting erratically just before EJ's death, even he can't shake the possibility that something far more sinister occurred. Rex asks the unthinkable, "Dad, do you think Mom had something to do with what happened to EJ?" Roman hesitates just for a second. And that second is all Rex needs to confirm his worst suspicions. The weight of the past, Kate's explosive truth. What drove Kate to this breaking point? Longtime viewers will remember that Kate has always been a fierce protector of her family, especially when it comes to her children. But the history between the Bradys, DiMeras, and Sammy Brady is fraught with trauma. It's been years, but the night Sammy was assaulted by EJ remains a deep wound that has never fully healed. Kate had kept that secret locked away, until recently, when she told Johnny the horrifying truth about what his father did to Sammy. It was a moment of reckoning, and some believe it was that very confession that caused EJ to lash out, leading to the attempt on Rex's life. In Kate's mind, justice wasn't going to come through the legal system or an investigation. It had to be swift, quiet, and final. She made the ultimate decision to take EJ out of the equation before he could strike again. The fallout begins. EJ's death sends shockwaves through the DiMera household and the wider Salem community. His mother, Susan Banks, returns in mourning, vowing to uncover who did this to her son. Chad DiMera, already reeling from past losses, begins his own search for the truth. And Johnny? Devastated by the sudden loss of his father, he begins piecing together what happened after his grandmother's shocking revelation. Kate, meanwhile, remains calm on the outside. She attends EJ's memorial service with a blank expression and a cool demeanor, hiding the storm that brews within. But guilt is a slow-burning fire, and the walls may soon begin to close in. Rex, now fully aware that something dark lies beneath the surface, begins his own investigation. Will he turn his back on his mother if he uncovers the truth? Or will he find a way to protect her even as she drowns in her own guilt? Looking ahead in Salem this week on Days of Our Lives is not just about a son coming home or a villain dying. It's about the consequences of love taken too far. About a mother's desperate decision to protect her child. And the price of justice when the system fails. As the mystery deepens, Salem residents will find themselves forced to pick sides. Was Kate justified in doing what she did? Or has she gone too far, risking everything? Her freedom, her family, and her soul? One thing is certain. The truth won't stay hidden forever. And when it finally comes to light, Salem will never be the same. Analysis of the mystery. Was Kate Roberts the one who shot EJ DiMera the first time on Days of Our Lives? In the dramatic and unpredictable world of Days of Our Lives, fans have witnessed countless assassinations, acts of cold revenge, and long-buried secrets. Recently, a question has been stirring intense speculation. Was Kate Roberts the one who pulled the trigger and shot EJ DiMera the first time, before he fell into a coma and was later killed in the hospital? Here is a detailed analysis exploring the possibility that Kate was behind the initial shooting. 1. Motive. Kate had a strong reason to want EJ dead. Kate Roberts is a fiercely protective mother. When her son, Rex Brady, was involved in a mysterious hit-and-run incident, Kate immediately suspected EJ DiMera was behind it. She believed the attack was retaliation for her revealing a long-kept secret to Johnny DiMera that EJ once sexually assaulted Johnny's aunt, Sammy Brady. Given this context, Kate had a very clear motive. EJ was a threat to her son's life and safety. And Kate has proven time and again that she is willing to do whatever it takes to protect her family, even kill. 2. Opportunity. Kate had access and means when EJ was first shot. Reports suggested the attack took place in a private, quiet location. There were no eyewitnesses and the evidence was minimal. Kate, being cunning and resourceful, could have easily tracked EJ's movements, known his schedule, and found the perfect moment to strike. With her extensive connections and manipulative abilities, Kate would have no trouble hiding her tracks or even using a proxy to carry out her plan. The opportunity was there. 3. Behavior after the shooting. Signs of a guilty conscience? After EJ was found in a coma, Kate's reaction was telling. She was concerned but unusually composed. Rather than waiting for the police investigation, she became increasingly anxious and desperate to see the matter resolved. Her later decision to sneak into the hospital and kill EJ by removing his breathing tube or suffocating him with a pillow suggests a woman trying to erase all traces of a previous crime. Could it be that EJ survived her first attempt and she was simply finishing what she started? 4. Emotional ties. A crime driven by old wounds. There's no denying the emotional depth of Kate's actions. Her decision to tell Johnny the truth about EJ's past might have been her way of seeking redemption. But that confession may have also opened up old wounds, shame, guilt, anger that finally erupted. The initial shooting could have been an act of emotional release. A culmination of a mother's fury, a woman's trauma, and a need for personal justice. Under those circumstances, Kate pulling the trigger becomes even more plausible. 5. Counter theory. Could someone else be the shooter? Of course, EJ had plenty of enemies. As a powerful and ruthless figure, there are many in Salem who would have had reasons to want him dead. But Kate's later hospital murder only fuels the theory that she was behind the original shooting too. If she had no prior involvement, why take such a huge risk to finish him off? Conclusion. Kate is a prime suspect in the first shooting, looking at the motive, opportunity, behavioral clues, and emotional context. It's reasonable to conclude that Kate Roberts is a leading suspect in EJ DiMera's initial shooting. Her cold and calculated hospital killing seems like the final chapter in a story that began with a single bullet. Still, in the tangled world of Days of Our Lives, truth is always elusive. Kate might be protecting someone else. She might even be innocent this time. But until the truth surfaces, all eyes remain on Kate, the woman who's most dangerous when a mother's love turns lethal. Stay tuned for upcoming episodes to see if the truth behind EJ DiMera's shooting will be revealed and whether Kate will face justice or once again slip through the cracks as she has so many times before.